Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about Forza. How many of y'all are fans of the Forza series? I. How many of y'all have played every single Forza game? I. How many of y'all were excited when a new Forza Motorsports was gonna come out? I. The new Motorsports released in October 2023 after a 6-year hiatus to a very lukewarm reception. I'm sure all of you already know by now. Me too. I got it as soon as it came out and it didn't work. It was like our Cyberpunk. It was an unfinished game and it felt like a shell of Forza. And here's why.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Let's start with comparing it to the last Forza that came out. Forza Motorsport 7 that came out in 2017, I believe September. 6 years before Forza Motorsport. Forza 7 had over 700 cars, 32 different tracks with over 200 different routes. Over 700 cars, okay? Like, this was the standard. And Forza 7 wasn't the best game, but this was the standard. This was the standard we had. We had Maple Valley, we had the Nürburgring, we had Bernese Alps, Lime Rock Park, Laguna Seca, Long Beach, Dubai, Prague, Rio, Mount Panorama Circuit. I mean, it's just like, some of those tracks are in the new Forza, but a lot of them are not. We waited. We had to wait for the Nürburgring. Doesn't that sound insane? That sounds insane to me. You're a racing game. I personally love drifting on Rio Mountain and Rio Short Circuit Reverse. And Road Atlanta is a personal favorite of mine. I love the Nürburgring. Like, these are tracks that Mount Panorama, these are tracks that I loved. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, okay, we skipped some of the bad tracks. No, we got rid of some fucking bangers for like an oval circuit and 2 Japanese tracks I've never heard of before that are kind of lame. And I forgot, the Top Gear test track and the airfield are all missing from the new game. Now, Top Gear, I can maybe forgive for some like legality bullshit, even though it sucks, nothing we can do about it. I don't know if that's the case, I might find out. Road Atlanta was my goddamn favorite track. Where the fuck is Road Atlanta? It's Road Atlanta, brother. Like, maybe that doesn't matter to y'all, but Road Atlanta is a wonderful track, and it should be a part of the game. The airfield was a wonderful place to go play around where you go drag, fucking drift, do whatever you wanted on the airfield with all your friends. It was the best meetup spot online. Where are these? The track list in the new game fucking sucks. It sucks donkey dickhole. And I don't know what else to say about it, but it is upsetting because it's a fucking racing game. It's not even like a Horizon where it's free world. The tracks are like over half of it, bro. That is where you're playing the game on. You have the car and then you have the track. Like, if the track sucks, your game sucks. Like, what the fuck, man? I think I was willing to deal with the game until I saw there was no Road Atlanta. Like there's no Top Gear track, which also hurts as much. I mean, things that got cut from Forza Motorsport were Auction House, the experimental drag function, which had just came back in Forza 7. Like, that had just came back, and then it's gone again. The Auction House, which was a beautiful way to get cars for cheap. It was a beautiful way to make money in the game. If you had rare cars and you understood what was worth money, like, it was a way to make money, it was a way to save money. It leads me to my next thing. It's on Game Pass, so really it's free. But doesn't that kind of tell you something? It's the first Forza to be on Game Pass. I wonder why. It's hot fucking garbage. It's like all the little kids are playing it. They've never played a Forza before. They don't know. They're like, this is like what games are like now. All games just come out fucking half finished. And like, this is what we expect. But no, we know better. We know this is hot fucking garbage. We know they can do better. We know we are being fucking lied to. We know we're being fucking unappreciated. As Forza fans, we are fucking unappreciated, brother. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. All they care about is having that Game Pass lineup. And it was a free game that I spent money on, so I got scammed. I got fucking scammed. We all got fucking scammed. But even if you got it for free, you wasted the space on your Xbox, brother. You got a little bit scammed. You gave them that download. You got fucked. Don't go anywhere, Chi-Chi. Tell them how much Forza sucks. How much does Forza suck, Chi-Chi? How much does it suck? How much does it suck? Let's not even begin to talk about the fucking audio. I mean, dear God. I mean, dear fucking God. I know Forzas were never good at audio games, but again, Motorsport 4 and the first Horizon game were pretty solid. It wasn't the best. It wasn't even like Need for Speed Underground fucking PS2 game. Like, it wasn't even that quality. But still, it is better than their new Xbox Series X title. Oh my God. Back to the cars. There are 513 cars, I believe, in the Forza Motorsports game. Again, over 700 in the last one. It's like if you compare the new one to the last few games, you can just see the fucking decline, dude. And it's like crazy. And I'm not even comparing it to the bangers. I'm comparing it to the last few games. Don't get me wrong, the last few games weren't horrible. They weren't even that bad. But it's like, what happened? What happened? I just want to know what happened. And the Forza development team, if any management switch, like team switch, something had to have happened. Something had to have happened. Maybe it was the money. Maybe it was Microsoft being like, yo, we need you on Game Pass. You need to rush this game now. Unfortunately, even though they had to fucking 2017 to do it, it's not like it was a rush. It was a 6-year project. Honestly, the track list hurts so much more than everything else. It hurts so much more than the car list. It hurts so much more than the fact that the game was essentially broken when it first came out. Dude, it hurts so much more than the fucking UI that is goddamn garbage compared to the last game. The last game was easy. It was easy to use. It was easy to move around the menus. This game is not. It's so many fucking UI features that are missing from the new game that drive me goddamn insane, that I have to go back into other menus to go back to do bullshit that was just there in the last game. And the wheel list is pretty cool though. Super Advance, and Forza 2 does a better wheel list. You had Blitz 03s and VSKFs. Case closed, suck my dick. Always a fan of the Motorsport series over the Horizon series. Besides the first Horizon, which was an amazing game, and maybe the third one, which was alright. The Motorsports always topped Horizon series. Horizon was nothing compared to Motorsports to me. I might make a rant on the Horizon series later. I'm not as passionate about it. Like Horizon 1 and 3 again were really the only ones I liked. I played Horizon 5 and 4. I like the kind of drag racing aspect. I would make like a rear wheel drive V8 1,000 horsepower drag car and like just go and like kind of street race people with it. That was fun. I enjoyed that. It had a community sense to it. It felt like, you know, I hop online and just find random people to race with. And like the Horizon games are doing better off the Motorsport games right now, which is a crazy thought to say because I love the Motorsport series so much better than the Horizon series. It's like, but like Horizon games are doing better right now for sure, bro. And maybe that's just what it is. Like the Horizon series is doing so much better that like kids care more about like fucking Hot Wheels and shit. And like the last Horizon game, what was it, Horizon 4 or Horizon? No, or was it Horizon? I don't know. One of them had like a fucking Hot Wheels expansion. Another one had a fucking Lego expansion. It's like the game isn't as good for physics and shit, but compared to the new Motorsport, Horizons are definitely funner games. And it's like it appeals to the children more and they sell better. So maybe they just didn't give a fuck about making a new Motorsport. Maybe that's just what it was. They were just too tied up with Horizon. They're like, yo, this Motorsport series, they didn't do shit for us. They ain't done shit for us for 6 fucking years. Because they didn't try. But, like, y'all could have had some shit. There was a lot of hype behind this game. Like, and They just didn't care. They did not care enough to make a good game. It's like our fucking Cyberpunk. But still, Cyberpunk became a good game after a while. It's like our fucking Fallout, whatever, 76 or something. I don't know. I'm not a Fallout fan, so I don't. Todd Howard, fuck him. So if the new Forza Motorsport sucks so bad, and the last one is so much better than it, but that's not the best game, what is the best Forza game? And why is it Motorsport 4? Why? Why is it the 360 title? Why is it the last 360 title they made? Why is that the best Forza game ever to exist? I'm sure you've heard this 100 times. I cannot wait to tell you for the 101st time, brother. They say, some people say shit a fuck ton of times. It's for a reason. Sometimes. Let's start simple with the car list. And I'm not even talking number of cars, because Forza Motorsport has Forza Motorsport 4 beat by like 15 cars or so, which is still crazy. An Xbox Series X title versus an Xbox 360 title. Oh, and if we include DLC cars, the new Motorsport is at 594 cars, and the Motorsport 4 from the 360 is at like 630. So like it even beats it in the count if you're including the DLC cars. But with base cars in the game, you get 15 more in the new one, which is kind of wild because the new one is a lot heavier on microtransactions. So for them to have even less fucking DLC cars, it's like, damn, brother. Like, you just really aren't fucking trying. Not even for the money. You're not even trying for the money. Like, what are y'all motivated by? Y'all just fucking lazy? But no, let's look at the cars themselves in particular. On the Acura, we had like the RSX, which is like the second gen Integra. We had a TSX from 2010, the J series in it. Integra Type R. Not both generations, but NA1 and NA2 NSXs, so the one with and without the pop-up headlights, and about 5 different liveries of like the same race car. What's the new Motorsport got? The new NSX, which admittedly the old one didn't have because it wasn't out at that time. The new NSX in GT3 form and Integra Type R. That's it. That is it. Only 3 cars. For Alfa Romeo, and oh my god. We had the Spider, the GTV6, the Giulia, the Montreal, the Mito, the little hatchback thing, the 155, the Barrera, the Giulietta, the 33 Stradale, and the HC Competizione. There's so many goddamn cars. We go to the new Motorsport. Can't wait. Guess what? We got the new Giulia, so not the old one, the 4C, and the Giulietta. That is it. Again, that is it. And it's something to say. I know like probably some people are going to disagree with this, but Forza Motorsports has a lot of like race cars and a lot of like new stuff that a person like me is going to have no interest in. But to be fair, a child would. Like maybe I'm just aging out. Maybe that's what's going on here. But we're talking like Aston Martin Valkyrie, the Valhalla. I'm just looking at Aston Martin right now. Like shit like that. Fucking the new Koenigsegg's that fucking do 300, 400, 500 miles an hour. But like Forza Motorsport 4, there was a lot of basic shit. Like you could buy a fucking like little hatchback. You could buy a Toyota Yaris. You could buy the fucking you could buy the fucking Aston Martin Signet. You know what that is? The Scion IQ thing. I think you could buy the Scion IQ as well. There was multiple versions. You could have a Lexus IS 300 or a Toyota Altezza. You could choose between the two. You could have like, you could play with a 135i. You could play 1 Series M. You had the 135 and you had the 1M. You had both of those cars. That would never happen again in another Forza game ever. You could play the Z4. There was a Z4 Art car. There was a Z4 S-Drive. Or you could play with the Z4M, or you could have a normal Z4. Like, never again would you have that kind of option. Never again. I know I'm taking my time on this car list, but it blows my mind, and it continuously blows my mind. I mean, you had the CRZ, Honda Fit Sport, a 1.5 Civic. You had an EG 1.5. You had the Civic Si, the EM1. You had a CRX. Del Sol. Why did I say CRX? Fucking, you had a Del Sol. You had a CRX as well. You had a Prelude. You had a 06 SI. It felt like Forza Motorsport 4 tried giving you a car list that was interesting as possible. They didn't try to like give you highest number like Motorsport 7, but they tried to give you the most interesting cars. And they didn't try to fucking, leave it feeling empty. Like if you go on Motorsport 7 or the new Motorsports, you click, there's plenty of car companies where it's got 1, 2, 3 cars at the most. And it just like, yeah, the list is there. Yeah, the list is technically bigger, but it still feels empty. Still feels like stuff is missing. And Forza Motorsport 4 was able to make it not feel like that with a smaller car list. And I think that's insane. And that leads me on to my next point. The vibes. The vibes of the games the vibe of any game is probably the most important part. Cause like it's the vibe. I mean, are you gonna enjoy it or are you not? I mean, it's the vibes, man. What are the vibes? You open up Forza Motorsport 4, and again, this might be some of my nostalgia, but you open up Motorsport 4 to Jeremy Clarkson giving a heartfelt message about how he feels like car people are, they're shut out. They're shut out of society, and how this is our place to play. The motorsport is our place to play. Forza is our place to play.
We are an endangered species, you and me. We, fans of speed. We, devotees of power. We, lovers of performance and beauty and mechanical soul. There are few places that welcome us now. We dare not speak of cams or cranks or double wishbones. We fear for our love of roaring V8s and the smell of burnt rubber. We're told to think of economy and the environment, not excitement and enjoyment. In an age of hybrid this and lentil-matic that, we are the odd ones out. Yet there is hope. There is a haven. A place that celebrates speed, grip, gears, and fun. And it's all here for you to explore.
I don't know about you. Maybe it's just the nostalgia for me, but that gets me way more hyped than this.
We gather at iconic cathedrals of speed, united by passion, driven by competition.
You load in the menus of a new Forza game. Where does it take you? To some fucking like shop garage thing that, oh, it looks pretty, the graphics are good, but it's empty. It's fucking empty. Where did it take you in Motorsport 4? You had choices of your fucking home base, which is insane. I don't think you got that. You also got that in 6, but you didn't have as many choices. Motorsport 4, you could be on fucking Fujimi Kaiuru. You could be like, I don't know. You could be on fucking racetracks, like, and shit. You can be up in the mountains. Like, I had mine set to the mountains. Like, I would load up the game, and my menu would be in the mountains, and it was fucking beautiful. I would build a car, and then I would sit there and look at it with the mountain landscape in the background. And it was just great. It was wonderful. You don't get that in new game. I mean, you don't get that in the new Forza because it's just a fucking dark shop. Oh, the graphics are better. Ooh, look at the shadows. I want it to feel cool. I don't care about shadows. Lemon Pepperberg. Yeah. The Auto Vista cars. Again, this might just be my nostalgia again, but there was not a lot of Auto Vista cars. And like I'm pretty sure in the new game, every car is considered an Auto Vista car. You can like look through all the interior and shit. It wasn't like that in Forza 4. There was like about 15 or something, but man, did they put effort into it. And just let me show you.
Children who spend too much time on their Xboxes often write to us at Top Gear and ask why we have yet to test this, the M12 FAV Warthog. Frankly, if you ask questions like that, you're not going to understand the explanation as to why we can't, so you'll just have to test it yourself here. The M12 Warthog, I've been told, is powered by something called a forward-housed, low-profile, liquid-cooled, hydrogen-injected ICE plant, coupled with an automatic, infinitely variable transmission. Yes, I don't know what that means either. I said sports car, but in truth, this is as much a sports car as Westminster Abbey is a top-class rock and roll venue. This isn't a car to compete with modern Jaguars or Mercs or anything beyond. It's a strange time warp for people who believe cars should come with built-in nostalgia and a special kind of hat. And if that hasn't put you off the Aero Supersports, you should know that there's also a version with a fixed roof, one of which is owned by Richard Hammond. The idiot.
This is in a racing game where they needed the licensing for the car, but they were still able to get the licensing on the dude to talk shit on the car. It's like, stuff like this is doable. It's just companies don't try anymore. They just don't. They don't try. I mean, that alone right there should just show you the attention to detail that went into this game. So the new Forza Motorsport will never compare to Forza 4 or the one that came after, But would it compare to Forza Motorsport 1 for the original Xbox? I still think it's a worse game than that. The new Motorsport is a worse game than the original. And here's why. Actually, before we start that, let's discuss the cars, the modifying in the new Motorsport. I don't have a problem with having to grind to modify your car. In fact, I like that. And I think that brings us back to Motorsport 4, where you couldn't just fucking do all-wheel drive V12 swaps on whatever the fuck you wanted, right? So, like, it's bringing more, like, individuality back, and I like that. But if I need to grind in order to modify my car, give me goddamn fucking races to grind on. I need to grind to fucking play the game, but there's nothing to grind. There is no campaign. There's only multiplayer. The campaign took me a week to beat, coming home after work and playing for like a fucking hour just for fun. Like, I wasn't even trying. The campaign is a fucking joke. It's a goddamn disgrace. And like once a month they're gonna release one series, right, that you can only play while it's there, and once it goes away you can't fucking play it. So you gotta be there to fucking play it. It's just ridiculous. I just saw a comment from somebody. Making a career in the Forza game is the easiest thing to do. You don't really need a lot of voice actors. You don't even need a plot. They used to try in the original Horizon. The original Horizon had like a plot. That was kind of crazy. But besides that, Forza games, you don't really need a plot. You just need a bunch of tracks and like a fucking list of races. Where's the list of races? Where? They're fucking time-gated races that come out once a month. And besides that, there is the Builders Cup, which is like 5 or 6 fucking like races, right? Groups of races or whatever. That is it. That is it. There is no career in your cars. You have to grind the game more, but there's nothing to fucking grind. That's like my mind is. That's how my brain feels right now, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I want to bitch slap somebody. But on the career section, you know what did have a banging career mode? Forza Motorsport 1. I only did 1, did 2, 3, 4, Horizon 1. Horizon 2, I think. Horizon 3. Horizon 4, maybe. Not really. But like all of these games had a banging career mode. Forza, the new one, doesn't have a career mode, and the whole game is based off of you grinding. Which let's talk about the original Motorsports career. You had so many different types of races. You had point-to-point circuit races. You had like different challenges like rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. You know, we're driving RX-7s this time. We're doing Evos versus Subarus. We're doing Skylines versus Supras. Like stuff like that. That was fucking awesome. It wasn't all just, okay, well, this is the class. Like all the cars already have a designated class and style, and that's how we're gonna do the races. No, they played around and they had fun. They had fun with it, and you could tell. There were endurance races. The endurance races were crazy. They were actual fucking endurance races. Like, just all of these features in a Forza game that was on the original Xbox that is not on the new one that is on the Series X. I mean, Motorsport 1 had a better track list. If there was not a track that game couldn't get, it would make a fake version that was almost as good. I mean, the car list was way smaller. 230 cars was the original Xbox game. Like, can you really blame them for that? The graphics, of course, were shit. We're not even going to talk about that. But playing the game, it had a long, fun campaign. I remember specifically, it would be a case where like a lot of the cars were evenly paced, but then like there'd be one guy that was like smashing the whole field, and he was like the boss to beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, just having that feeling in a fucking Forza game was fucking crazy. I mean, and like they never got good. And then the soundtracks, Forza 1 and Forza 2 had a banging soundtrack. I think they kind of gave up on soundtracks. I didn't play Forza 3, but I don't even think Motorsport 4 had a good soundtrack. Like, I don't think it had really a soundtrack at all besides some fucking background noise. And like all the ones since then have been the same, bro. Like, what happened? What happened to caring about a game and making it complete? I'm not even talking about Forza anymore. I'm talking to every single game developer and every single goddamn fucking company ever to exist that makes a video game. What are y'all doing? You wonder why we're mad. You wonder. You are selling us unfinished shit. You're selling us unfinished garbage. You're selling us your fucking scraps because goddamn Microsoft said, I need something for Game Pass now. And here we are. Here we are with a shit game. If you look, let's look at the reviews. The first Motorsport had an 8 out of 10 on IGN. They still don't know shit. 9 out of 10 on GameSpot, and 8 out of 10 on The Gamer. And on fucking Google, whatever Google's using, it's 4.1 out of 5. You ready?
We don't know what
Are you
you're
over
talking
here about
TJ.
Are you about to rant about how bad the
Motorsport 4, 9.5 out of 10 on IGN. 91 on Metacritic, bruh. 4.6 on the out of 5 on the Google thing. All right. Forza Motorsport. 8.10 out of IGN, you fucking liar. 3.5 out of 5 on PC World and 84% on Metacritic. But the big thing is the Google reviews, 2.1 out of 5. This is the first one to get under 4 stars on Google. And I mean, there's a fucking reason. I mean, holy shit. The amount of 1-star reviews. Let's look. New Motorsports reviews on Xbox, it has like 1 to 2 stars. Like every single review is a 1-star review about how the game is garbage and unfinished. And I mean, I should have known. It was on Game Pass. I should have known. But I mean, come on. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. It's a Forza game. It's not even like Cyberpunk. They were still like, yo, we're trying something new. We're trying something innovative. It's a goddamn Forza game. You drive around a track as fast as you can. There is no innovation in that. Y'all are just fucking lazy. Fucking lazy Forza developers. And I really am just disappointed because I was hyped for the new Motorsport. I think everybody was. Like, why wouldn't you be? It's been 6 fucking years. And like, we all were just let down. We were let down by an unfinished game that felt like a shell of what Forza was. The new Motorsports is a shell of what Motorsport used to be. And I think that's depressing. And I miss my Forza games. And I think I'm going to go hook up my 360 and play some Motorsport 4. They got too focused on the graphics to care about the driving in a driving game. In conclusion, you were told nothing you didn't already know. Forza sucks. We all got scammed. I hate Microsoft. Game Pass ruined everything, I think, because they wanted it for Game Pass, I believe. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions, honestly. And I just feel like a cranky old man. It's like, God, back in my day. Back in my day, we had auction houses, and you could sell tunes and buy designs. And back in my day, we had a campaign. Back in my day, we had cool cars. Back in my day, we had Jeremy Clarkson.